Hey gang, it's JC, and this is the Daily Dose for Tuesday, September 6, 2011. Combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. We have great television archives up at the top of the page, and of course our eye candy feature right below this. I'm wearing a sweater today. Friday, when we talked to you last, it was so friggin' hot outside, I couldn't even be outside because I would have been all sweaty, and then I would have taken another shower before I had to go to work. So I stayed inside. You know, this is insane. I don't like wearing sweaters. And I am mystified by people who insist that autumn, is the best season of all four. I don't understand this at all. I don't understand. When people say that, I just usually turn around and go in the opposite direction because I don't get it. What's there to like about this? Summer is over. Everything's going to start dying. You got to start raking leaves. All the fun of summertime is over. And then, you know, all fall is just preparing you for winter. And who likes winter? Nobody. So I just don't get it. When people talk about get myself all worked up here. Great television arc, I already did that. All right, rock and roll poll question from last Friday. With the Labor Day weekend having just concluded, how do you feel about your job? Number one answer, I'm very surprised by this. 46% said I'm pretty happy working where I'm working. Number two answer, I'm not crazy about where I am, but at least I'm working. That's 34%. 15% of you said I'm unemployed. That's pretty high, and I can't wait to get out of here and find something new at 4%. All right, well, let's move on to today's rock and roll poll question. I didn't watch any of the telethon over the weekend. I sort of stopped watching that years ago, but the big question is, did Jerry Lewis get screwed by MDA? This is sort of an icky, unpleasant situation that has developed between Jerry Lewis and MDA. So here are your potential answers. Please answer in the corner here. A, yes, he got screwed after raising awareness and so many millions of dollars. He deserved better treatment. B, no, his behavior had become so bizarre and peculiar in recent years they didn't have much choice but to replace him. Or C, there's probably a whole lot more to the story. Now, you know, my situation wasn't exactly the same, wasn't the same at all, as a matter of fact. But, you know, I know how it feels to have something like this, a telethon, radiothon, if you will, sort of, you know, hijacked, taken away, and other people doing it, and you're left out on the outside looking in, because I did that Food and Cash Salvation Bash at Chesterfield Mall. Well, first we started at West County Center, but then we did the bash and we built it up into just something huge. I think the last year I did, we had about 8,000 people at Chesterfield Mall. We had Rich Hall from Saturday Night Live, and not necessarily the news. We had the Barklage Brothers playing. We had all sorts of music and entertainment and all sorts of cool stuff. There was like 7 inches of snow that had fallen overnight the night before. We were scared to death that nobody was going to come. We look out, there's like 8,000 people. That was the estimate by the Chesterfield Police, by the way, and also by mall officials. And anybody who was there and watched, you know, we had a big surprise. We did Let It Snow, Let It Snow, and we had Deanne Lane and Jerry Berger and all sorts of people up on stage singing with brain-damaged media dorks. Remember that? And we had a big surprise. We made it snow inside Chesterfield Mall. People were just like, "Oh my God, this is so cool!" And then, of course, we had a little parting of the ways with the old classic rock 93.7 KSD, and then they came back the next year and did it without me. And the people at corporate made sure that the dollar amount that was raised was higher than what I had had the year before. So there's a lot of funny business that goes on in situations like this. I don't think the Jerry Lewis situation is at all similar, but I do know how he must have felt sitting on the outside watching this thing that he had done for 40 plus years, you know, being done by Nigel Lithgow and Jan Carl. What the hell's that all about? So I trust you had a good answer our rock and roll poll question. Did Jerry Lewis get screwed? I hope you had a nice Labor Day holiday. Yesterday was Labor Day, the day that Americans spent drinking and partying and not working, or as the Kardashians refer to it, Monday. The head of the U.S. Postal Service said that the organization will default as early as this winter. Who's going to crush our Christmas packages? We're going to do that on the rock and roll poll later this week, by the way. We're going to talk about the post office. So, anyhow, also later this week, the Big 550 KTRS where Trish Gazelle and I reside every weekday from noon until 3 on the Big 550 KTRS. Friday, it's our big football extravaganza. Now, I've been doing the opening day baseball show for 20 plus years, and we started doing the football show, I don't know, maybe about 12 years ago. and it is built up pretty big. It's a pretty big arsenal of stuff. All this sort of music and comedy and sketch comedy and song parodies and all sorts of stuff. So that's going to be from noon to 3. That'll be Friday on the Big 550 KTRS. Make sure you check that out. Were you watching Fox 2 over the weekend? Did you see the video they had of that microburst that just sort of went from south to north and dumped on U City and blew out windows, knocked down trees, messed them up? Ferguson, last thing they need after tornadoes in the spring, messed them up again too. But Fox 2 had an amazing video of this thing just cutting right across the city from south until north, and it was pretty amazing. And of course, they tested out the new tornado sirens. The old sirens hit about roughly 2/3 of the entire area here, and now these, they say, hit about 99%, although I haven't heard the results, the official results from the test. But these are solar powered, and so they store up energy and they just go off, and they're a lot louder, a lot more efficient, so we'll see whether or not that takes care of anything. I want to thank the founding member and president of the Pasta House Companies, Kim Tucci. Kim Tucci happened to have dinner with my daughter. Mom was out at the baseball game on Friday night, wasting her time watching the Cardinals. Cardinals are done, folks. For those of you who had any ideas or any questions about whether or not they could put together a run, they are done. Stick a fork in them, done. We'll see you in March at spring training. It's over. But what was I talking about? Oh, so Mom was at the baseball game, so I took my nearly 2-year-old daughter, she'll be 2 in 3 weeks, took her to one of the Pasta House Company locations, and Kim Tucci just happened to be there. And we sat there and talked for a little while, and Mr. Tucci picked up our tab. We're going to be at the Pasta House in about 2.5 weeks in Creve Coeur. If you could manage to be there that night and pick up our tab, that'd be great. But anyhow, thank you very much to Kim Tucci. We had a great meal. They have a new portobello mushroom ravioli with some stuff on the top and sliced portobello mushrooms. I don't remember ever seeing anything like this on the menu at the Pasta House Company, and it was unbelievable. I ain't lying, and I'm not saying this just because he picked up the tab. It was really, really good. Portobello mushroom ravioli. Fantastic. And as far as I know, it must be a new item on the Pasta House Company restaurant menu because it was good. About 3 to 4 years ago, St. Louis, city of St. Louis, and I know the RCGA and these people who sort of make up stuff to try to bring people into the St. Louis community, put together a slogan, and you've seen it in a couple of places here and there, and it says, St. Lou is all within reach. So they took the St. Louis and they broke up the L-O-U and then the I-S, so it's reads St. Lou is, St. Lou, yeah. Last night when Channel 5 News was over, they ran a little graphic at the end of the news that said, Gannett is all within reach, the parent company of Channel 5. So St. Louis is all within reach, Gannett's all within reach. Who stole from who? There's a lot of things within reach, apparently. All right, what other notes do I have here? Talk about Eddie Murphy doing the Oscars. Now, Billy Crystal said he's interested in doing it again, and Eddie Murphy is apparently in talks to do this, and there's a lot of people not happy about it. Now, if you want to do something, have Eddie Murphy and Billy Crystal do the Oscars. That'd be a fantastic show. They would complement one another. I think it'd be really, really good. All right, Letterman tonight has all 3 Kardashians. Jesus. Conan has Lindsey Buckingham. Roger Daltrey is going to be on Leno. He's going to be here in St. Louis in the not-too-distant future. I guess you heard about the story about Billy Joe Armstrong, the lead singer from Green Day. He's getting on a plane. He's 39 years old. He's getting on a plane, a Southwest Airlines plane, tail end of last week, and they tell him you got to pull up your pants. And he's like, don't you have anything better to do? So they yank him off the plane. But they have since apologized to him. I guess they think maybe somebody made a little bit too big a deal out of that. Which countries would you avoid traveling to? Well, according to a new survey, the number 1 place Americans are afraid to travel to is Mexico. Travel is down 7%. People are afraid of the drug wars and the kidnappings. I'll keep going back to Mexico. Ain't no problem for me. Is this a record, boys and girls? A woman in Monroe, Tennessee, stole 111 items from Walmart, shoplifted them. I'm done now. On her person, 111. A lot of it was jewelry. She used her purse, pockets, down her shirt, and her pants, socks, everywhere else she had room. She stole $72 worth of clothing, $157 in jewelry, $206 in miscellaneous craft items, and $1 of Ziploc bags. She was arrested for shoplifting. What do you think? Tomorrow we're going to have a good story about. You can just poo-poo this, but researchers in England have found that there is a definite correlation between what month you were born and what you're likely to do or not do, as the case may be, for a profession. And they just added up the numbers and they took the birthdays and they said, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? When were you born? When were you born? And they put the whole thing together, and it is fascinating stuff. Coincidence? I don't know, perhaps. But we're going to have that for you tomorrow. Very, very cool stuff, so we'll get to that. It was on this date in 1959, something I was around for. The first Barbie doll was sold by Mattel, initially wearing just a naughty little black and white striped swimsuits, unlike the Barbies of today. No lead in the original Barbie. Interesting fact, Barbie's full name is actually Barbara Millicent Roberts. Good luck at your next trivia night for that. There are 16 days left of summer. JC is not happy about that. There are 110 days left in Christmas, 110 days left until we hit Christmas. JC's eye candy today. This is something you can actually download, print, and use. Keep some in your car. It is a phony summons for people who park like crap. People who take up 2 spaces and stuff, and you just look at them and you're like, you just want to explode sometimes, because people take up a parking space in a place where there aren't a lot of spaces. And so you can actually print this thing, carry some in your car, and then just stick them on people's cars and make them freak out at least for a little while. It's right below what you're looking at, JC's eye candy. That's it today. All right, that's it, JC's Daily Dose for Tuesday, September 6th, 2011. Please answer our rock and roll poll question in the corner. Did Jerry Lewis get screwed by MDA, or did he deserve being sent out into the ether? So answer that. We'll have the results for you tomorrow. Look at the bright side of this whole thing. It'll be the weekend that much faster because we didn't work yesterday. Before you know it, boom, and then we'll have Rams football on Sunday. And that's a good thing because there ain't no baseball left. Season's over, folks. Warmer dropped the big one. That's it. That's JC's Daily Dose for Tuesday, September 6, 2011. A combined venture with Mind Active and beautiful downtown Brentwood. In the meantime, beating this one dead. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.